Now here is the Let's Stay Together show with Reverend Ricardo McCain and author Brenda McCain, helping you to rebuild your relationships with God.
All right. Welcome to the Let's Stay Together show. I'm your host, Reverend Rick McCain, along with my baby, my girl, my boo, author Brenda McCain. How you doing, baby?
I'm doing real well tonight.
I just got that look on Denise's face. She's like, "Woo, is that him?" Yeah, that's me. Wait a
minute. We're going to break her in tonight.
She ain't used to see him. He talk like that?
Mm-hmm. She really going to be censoring us. But anyway.
Yeah, well, go ahead, baby.
Welcome to the Let's Stay Together talk radio show where we learn the rhythms of all relationships. And to know our glory, you have to do what, babe?
You've got to know our backstory.
That's right. Now, tonight's topic is our crossover show, and our topic is about current situations from dying suddenly while in jail to a HBCU saying you can't buy integrity to a Seattle boss who set a company's minimum wage to $70,000.
I've got an application in already.
I do, too, because you got to work for him.
I'm telling you.
You don't pay me in, Tracy.
I sure don't.
Okay.
And that's why y'all can move to Seattle right now.
I know. And he will really take care of us, Tracy.
I'm sure
he
really will.
Will. Anyway, welcome. And thanks for crossing over with us tonight on the McCain train. Some came via transportation and some came via downstairs. But welcome to the McCain train. The D. Curtis Randle Show is one of our crossover guests tonight with his executive producer, Kim Randle, his lovely wife. They come on every Saturday on UBM from 4 to 6 p.m. and is produced by Outer Drive Media. It is a program that counts down the top 10 gospel hits and Flashback Gospel songs of the week.
And it's an awesome show. We've been
really
on it
is.
A couple of times.
It's a fun
We've been blessed
show.
to be a part of the show as well.
And then we have Pastor Dearal Jordan.
Pastor.
And his lovely wife, Denise Jordan, who we're going to break in tonight, of Christ-Centered Church of Chicago.
Yeah, that's
gonna break her in.
That's gonna be a break-in for the break-ins.
What was that on prison Alcatraz? We really have to break in or break out with her. Now they are appointed in response to the needs of lost men, women, and children in the Chicagoland area and beyond to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. To learn more about our guests, please visit our website at www.letsstaytogethertalkshow.com. And before we get into the current situations, I got two scriptures for you.
Yes, you do.
Romans 12:19 says, "Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord." 1 Corinthians 4:5 says, "Therefore judge nothing before the appointed time. Wait until the Lord comes. He will bring to light what is hidden in darkness and will expose the motives of the heart. At that time, each will receive their praise from God." And that is NIV version. Call in. It's going to be a nice conversation tonight at 312-754-4333.
All right. So this is our current situation show, and we're going to be talking about some things that have been hitting the news. One of these things has been hitting the news for a while now. Even as we were talking about it today, this story is constantly coming up and up and up, and it's just been like a explosive situation that is going on, and we're talking about the Sandra Bland situation. So we're going to be talking about a little bit about that today. We're going to be talking about the Bill Cosby situation. It just seems like, hey, it just won't go away. Our man that used to be, Fat Albert, used to give us so much fun. I'm going to sing a song for you. This situation has gotten so out of hand that we want to just kind of throw a little information about it. We heard about Spelman discontinuing their endowment with them, which we're going to talk about that as well. And we've got one story we're going to talk about that everybody wants to go to work for this man. He's going to have about 1 million or so applications for his job, for his company. He was getting $1 million and decided to take a cut and get $70,000 and decide to pay all of his employees a minimum of $70,000.
That's a great boss.
That is enough. Yeah, I'm telling you. I can see people lining up down the block for this. This is going to be like, a chicken and waffles kind of application because everybody's going to be looking for that. But we're going to start off talking about the Sandra Bland thing. And that situation has gotten so explosive. A lot of information has been talking about it recently. There's been videos talking about, her and what happened. And, now they're saying that she's had marijuana in her system, which kind of surprised me because marijuana is kind of being legalized nowadays. So I don't know why that's coming up about that. Yeah, that's true. It is being legalized. I've never tried it, don't want to try it, don't want it in the gum, don't want it in anything, but it's being legalized. So why that is coming up, I don't know. We've also talked a little bit about the officer and the lack of training that he had. The man was only there for a year, before he was working at different agricultural places, and he worked for a Bluebell Creamery. And it's an ice cream place that they work at. So he didn't have enough, qualifications and how he went about the process. So we're going to start this off, and I'm going to talk to my buddy over here, D. Curtis Randle. Man, what have you heard about this situation, and what are your thoughts about what has happened thus far with this Sandra Bland situation?
Well, first of all, Reverend Rick, thank you and your lovely wife, Brenda, for allowing us to be on your program this evening. We thoroughly enjoy it. Thoroughly enjoy your show.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much.
The case with Sandra Bland, it seems that there is a lot of discrepancy with the Waller County Sheriff's Department and with their jail system because they have had several offenses against them for not supervising the inmates, not seeing them every 60 minutes. The time does not add up as far as you have this young lady in prison in your jail, and all of a sudden she expires 24, 48 hours later. Something does not add up.
And I know Miss Kim got something to say, so come on, girl.
Okay, I've been looking at this. I have gotten I've had enough of this. We have gone through a year of police brutality. Baltimore, St. Louis, Chicago. We have all gone through this. But here's what I noticed. They show certain times of which was videotaped of her. Okay? And they came to the conclusion that she had a mental illness. She was depressed. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, you aggravate someone that may have a mental illness by saying you can't smoke in the car, put the cigarette out, and she's like, I'm in my car.
Right.
You videotape certain things, so the whole picture is not there. Everything is speculation. You don't know if someone came in and hung her. You don't know anything because there's the code blue. So this is a small town that she was driving through. So I'm kind of, while everybody's on the bandwagon trying to figure out, oh yeah, they did this, yeah, we got some bad cops. But I'm not satisfied because I don't have a whole story. Now, I've been to Texas. Last year I went to Texas 3 times. I went to McKinney, Texas. Now, earlier during this summer, there was a pool party in McKinney where the police got really beside themselves with those teenagers, especially the teenagers of color, black. And that was a block away from my sister lives. And I called her and I said, I'm so glad that my niece wasn't there. She said, oh, she was there. Mm-hmm. But she saw it was getting out of hand and she came home. So I've said, I've been in McKinney all this time. All I've seen is nice policemen and how you doing? Be careful, go on your way. And now it is always the younger policemen that have some agenda to prove themselves that I can get these rowdy black kids under control. So it seems like there's a trail of let's get these N-words under control because they've been out of control.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that the reason why we talk about these certain things because we are a relationship show and we want to talk about all kinds of relationships, not just marriage, but this is a relationship that you have, and it's a volatile relationship, but it's a relationship. Now, when regards to the individual, the cop, let me go back. Let me digress. They were saying that she hung herself with a plastic bag. And I looked up, they said it was like a slip knot. Now, I looked at a slip knot, and, people maybe not remember this. I know most African Americans can remember this. A slip knot is what was used in the early frontier days when they used to hang Negroes. Yes. That's what the slip knot comes.
It's a hangman.
It's a hangman. So, I mean, I don't really think that most people are, recognize that or something like that. But I just don't see, we're not here to try to judge and say the police wrong or this. We're looking at the facts. And the facts to me is that a paper bag doesn't seem like it holds enough, it can hold enough weight to that. We had a paper bag bringing in our water here today.
A
plastic bag was bringing our water in today, and that was just 6 bottles of water, and the bag was, was going down because it was being stretched. And so to say that a woman's maybe 120, 150 pounds, don't really know what she was, can sit there, tie in knots, put it up there, hang it up there. I'm assuming they said she got in a chair. We don't know. And all of a sudden be able to hang herself with enough force from the bag to hold her long enough to suffocate her just doesn't seem like it's right to me.
Well, wait a minute. I'm trying to do a visual, though.
This is what I'm confused about.
Come closer to the mic, girl.
When you go into a jail cell, they take your shoestrings, am I right? So you can't hurt yourself.
So why would they?
So why is a plastic bag in a cell where she can maybe not hang herself?
It was in a garbage can.
Okay, why is a garbage can? Usually a garbage can is in there, but usually doesn't have a bag. Okay, now she could have suffocated herself and put it over her head and tied it, but like your husband says, Rick said, that 100 and whatever she was thin is not going to hold her head that weighs more than some of her body parts and strangle herself. It don't add up.
But see, here go a visual, though. Plastic garbage bag. Let's say healthy. You take your garbage bag, put it in a garbage can, you fill it up, it's ready to take your garbage out. You cinch that thing. That has broken so many times with me that the garbage just, the handle just broke from the plastic bag, and I'm like, oh, well, this is cheap. So I'm just saying with her weight, and the garbage probably ain't no more than 10 pounds.
Yeah.
And with her weight, she hung herself from the ceiling as it was propped from the ceiling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, and we have pastor in here to kind of keep us honest,
Well, I'm honest.
in here into the show as well, and so, pastor, you can jump in anytime you want to, in regards to this. But what we basically were saying is this, based on all the things that she did, let's say she was wrong with everything. She was wrong. She should have put out her cigarette. She was wrong. She should have got out the car. She was wrong. She should have been arguing with the police officer. There was no reason. There was no legal reason for him to pull her out of the car because she did an illegal lane change. Law says that he's supposed to give her a ticket and then let her go.
Right. But at the same time, she gets arrested, and then the judge sets a $5,000 bail for a traffic violation.
Right.
That's the thing that kills me.
Well, they said, I think the other thing they were saying is she resisted arrest, but she shouldn't have been arrested in the first place.
No, all of that should have been thrown out. And especially for a cigarette, the officer puts a taser to her face, saying, "I will light you up."
Right. And when he said that at first, I didn't know when he said I was going to light you up, he mean a gun or a taser. Because the first thing I'm thinking when someone says I'm going to light you up, are you talking about shooting me? Because I'm sure most people that listen to rap music may have heard I'm going to light you up. That's usually in reference to being shot. And so him saying that makes me why would you even go through that kind of a scenario with the individual, because they don't want to do what you're saying. You're supposed to be trained enough that even if someone is belligerent, you're supposed to go through the process of giving them what they are. Now, I ain't seen a ticket. I didn't even know they gave out tickets again for lane change violation. That's just, to me, that's kind of crazy. But I've done lane changes. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm a preacher too, but I've done lane changes without turning on my signal.
Back in the
many
day,
times,
I've gotten rolled up
you
for
know,
that a lot of times.
But it should just be you're written up and you let go.
Yes.
And I don't know